Hi, I'm James the Light Guy, and today we're going to take a look at an LED ceiling lamp from Vander Life. This ceiling lamp is their 20-watt variant. Give me a second to open up the box. Okay, inside the box we get some very basic installation instructions, some mounting hardware, our LED panel, and our diffuser. The diffuser is a very flexible, milky white plastic on an extruded aluminum frame with chrome-plated plastic corners and 4 little levers to secure it to the panel. Looking at the panel, we can see we just have a stamped metal frame on which we have 3 sets of 12 LEDs. Don't mind this panel, I unscrewed it to make it easier for the next section. Each of these LEDs is a half watt. 36 half watt LEDs is 18 watts. That's pretty close to the 20 that this is rated at. We have our input connector. We have one for live, one for neutral, and one for ground, but as we can see here, the ground wire has been left unattached, leaving this entire assembly ungrounded. According to the box, we should have a neutral label, ground label, and live wire labeled on the switches. However, as you can see, all of the switches are identical, or rather the connectors are identical, leaving us completely stumped as to which wire should be neutral and which should be live. Let's open up this power box to find out what is what. Here we can see that the AC live wire goes down to this bottom one, and the AC neutral goes to the one closest to this mounting bolt. Looking closer at the chip, we have a low voltage side and a high voltage side with some fairly decent separation between the two, and some pretty beefy capacitors on each side of the winding. Let's run a power cable up and hook it up to these things and see where we wind up. I've taken one of our extra T5 wire cables from a previous video, stripped off the ends, and we're going to feed that through this grommet here at the bottom. Then, remembering that our live wire went farthest away from the mount and neutral closest, let's hook these up. Okay, first let's turn it on and see how it looks. As you can see, we got several bright points of light. It is a warm white, and seeing as each of these is a half watt chip, not having any significant heat sinking is not a real concern, as they won't generate very much heat, and the thermal mass of this punched plate will be more than adequate to keep this light going a long time. Next, let's grab our meter and see what we're reading. Let's see. Alright. You can see here we are at 16.4 watts, a bit shy of the 20 watts that this is marketed as. We are drawing 0.28 amps, so we'll round that up to 0.3. We had a peak draw of 20 watts. Well, that's on point. Currently on 60 hertz, power factor of 0.6, which is not great, 124 volts, and we are currently down at 2 amps. Not bad, pretty efficient, besides that power factor of 0.64. If you had a smart meter, this would probably be registering as closer to 24 watts on the meter. Now let's see what this looks like when we put the diffuser on. We'll simply grab our diffuser and drop it over the top just to see what it looks like. You can see our whole screen went a bit darker because the now diffused light is easier to pick up on the sensor. We could brighten that up, but as we can see, it honestly does a pretty good job of turning those points of light into a nice even spread. In any case, that's all I have for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you found any of the information valuable or useful, hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and share with your friends. Until next time, I'm James the Light Guy.